What's up, y'all? Welcome back to the Zebulon Law Sports Podcast. I'm your host, Isaiah. Today, y'all, we have another 2024 WNBA team preview, and we have the Chicago Sky. So without further ado, let's get straight into it. All right, y'all, so let's get into the Chicago Sky strengths. I think their first strength is that they are a super tall team. They have 5 players, 6'3" or taller. Y'all, last season, the Chicago Sky were one of the worst teams in terms of defensive rebounding. So their number one goal this offseason was to acquire more size and more length. And that's exactly what they did. Obviously, they drafted Angel Reese, who's 6'3", Camila Cardozo, who's 6'7". They brought back Elizabeth Williams, y'all. They also acquired Dominic Shields, who's 6'1", Brianna Turner, who's 6'3", and then Isabel Harrison, who's 6'3". So they have a lot of height, a lot of length on this team that should allow them to be a better defensive rebounding team. But, y'all, they will be able to really mix and match these lineups. I mean, I would not be surprised at all if they have lineups that have Isabel Harrison at small forward, Angel Reese at power forward, Camila Cardozo at center, Dominic Shields at point guard, and then you can put Marina Mabry at shooting guard. I mean, you're talking about that is a really, really tall and versatile lineup that you can throw on the court. And so I think Teaspoon, their new head coach, she would definitely use that to her advantage, having such a tall team, having so much length on your team that you can put on the court at any given moment. Love that for the Chicago Sky. You look at their next strength, y'all. They had a potential to be a really good defensive team. Their new head coach, Teaspoon, y'all, she's one of the best defenders in WNBA history. And obviously, she is going to preach defense to her team, right? Like, you're not going to be able to play for Teaspoon if you cannot play defense at a high level. And I think this team is going to play defense at a high level because you look at the personnel that they have, y'all. Dominic Shields, when Dominic Shields was healthy 2-3 seasons ago, she was one of the best perimeter defenders in the league. I mean, she's just so quick. She's so athletic, y'all. She has really quick hands. And she's also a pretty good shot blocker for her size. And so having a guard like that can really defend on the perimeter at a high level, Teaspoon's going to love that. You look in the front court, y'all. You have Angel Reese, who's a really good versatile defender. She can guard, I think, point guards through centers. You also have Camila Cardozo, who she's really, just a paint defender, but she can do it at a pretty high level as well. Then obviously you have Brianna Turner and Elizabeth Williams, two of the best shot blocking centers in the league. And then you have Isabel Harrison on the wing as well, y'all. She's like Angel Reese, very versatile forward, can guard multiple positions. So when you look at the personnel of this team, they really should be a good defensive team. But they should have no problem buying in on the defensive end, right? Because, again, y'all, Teaspoon is going to preach defense. So these young women should have no issue doing that, considering that a lot of them are already good defenders, right? So they should be one of the best defensive teams in the league. And then, y'all, in my opinion, their last strength is their athleticism. This is a team I think has some of the best athletes in the entire league, right? Angel Reese, already as a rookie, y'all, is one of the best athletes in the league. She can really run the floor. Dominic Shields, I mean, I just stated, y'all, she is super quick. I mean, she can really get down the court at a really, really high level. So you love that. Then you have Elizabeth Williams, y'all. She's like Angel Reese in terms of just being able to get down the floor, right? The difference I would say between her and Angel Reese is that when Elizabeth Williams gets down the court, she's looking to go to the paint, right? Angel Reese, when she's getting down the court, she's looking for the ball immediately because, Angel Reese can bring the ball up a little bit like a point guard because she did play point guard back in high school. But Elizabeth Williams, she can get down the court, get to the paint, finish around the rim. Isabel Harrison, she's also a really good athlete. So, y'all, this team has a ton of athletes. They have a ton of defenders. And that's why I think the Sky are going to be a really exciting team to watch from their perspective because they do have a lot of athletes. They do have a lot of good defenders. So that should make them a very fun team to watch. And they should play with a lot of energy because of the athletes and defenders that they have on this roster. All right, y'all. So let's get into the Sky weaknesses, though. And I think their first weakness is that they have a very shaky point guard situation. Now, right now, they have Dana Evans, Lindsey Allen, and Kenny Carter as their point guards. Not bad players. The problem is, y'all, let's start with Dana Evans. Well, Dana Evans, she has never been a starter in the WA so far, right? She's just been a bench player, playing about 10 to 15 minutes per game. Now she's more than likely going to be their starting point guard. Okay, can she adjust to being a starter? Because it's different, y'all. It's totally different. Come off the bench versus starting is night and day, seriously. It really is. Because when you come off the bench, most of the time, you're playing against other bench players. You're starting, y'all, you're playing against some of the best players in the league, right? So a point guard, she will have to face a Chelsea Gray. She's going to have to face a Skylar Diggins-Smith. She's going to have to face a Courtney Vandersloot, right? She's going to have to face a Jordan Kennedy. Is Dana Evans ready to do that? We shall see. Lindsey Allen, y'all. Lindsey Allen, solid player. The problem with Lindsey Allen is she's not a great passer, and she's definitely not a great shooter, right? She's more of a defensive-oriented point guard, which is cool. But for the Sky, you have enough defense on this team. You need some more, playmaking, right? But they don't really get that from Lindsey Allen. And then, y'all, finally, the third point guard, they have Kennedy Carter, right? We haven't seen Kennedy Carter play in a couple of years now. We know she was very electrifying her rookie year for the Dream, where she averaged about 17 points per game. She's a tough shot taker, tough shot maker. So if Kennedy Carter can get back to that level of play, then I think this point guard spot can actually be pretty good for the Sky. But right now, y'all, it's shaky at best because there's a lot of unknown. Dana Evans has never been a starting point guard. Lindsey Allen, she's more of a defensive-minded point guard. And Kennedy Carter has literally not played in 2 years. So just a ton of unknowns with the point guard situation. Look at their next weakness, y'all, that they don't have a true small forward on the roster. This roster right now is composed of a lot of guards, of a lot of forwards. Right? They do not have a small forward on this team. I think their small forward is going to end up being Isabel Harrison. But Izzy, that's her nickname, y'all. I don't really think she's a small forward. I think Izzy's a power forward. Right? I watched Izzy her whole career since she was back playing for the Lady Volunteers under Pat Sumner. May she rest in peace. And Izzy, when she was there at Tennessee, y'all, she was a power forward. And so far throughout her WNBA career, she's been a power forward. Izzy is not really a small forward. You know why? Because she cannot shoot. If you're going to be a small forward, you have to be able to shoot the ball at least a little bit. Izzy really cannot shoot the ball from three. She's a pretty solid mid-range shooter, but she's not a good three-point shooter. Okay? So having Izzy be your small forward, not the best option. But when you look at this roster, she probably is going to have to be the small forward because Angel Reese obviously cannot play small forward. Camila Cardozo cannot play small forward. Breonna Turner, Elizabeth Williams, they cannot play small forward. So I think Izzy is going to be their small forward, probably because out of all of them, she can shoot the best from mid-range, right? Angel Reese is not a mid-range shooter. Camila Cardozo is not a mid-range shooter. Breonna Turner and Elizabeth Williams, they are not mid-range shooters. Isabel Harrison, she is a mid-range shooter. So I think she's going to end up being their small forward. But y'all, I just don't love that, right? I like Izzy as a player, but I don't love her being a small forward, and she probably will have to be a small forward for them. And y'all, to me, their last weakness is their floor spacing, meaning they could struggle to score consistently. I look at this Chicago Sky team, y'all. To me, they have one really good to elite three-point shooter. That's Marina Mabrey. Everybody else is either an average three-point shooter or a below average three-point shooter, right? Dominic Shields, she's an average three-point shooter, right? She's about 33, 34%. But I see Dominic Shields more of a slasher, right? She's not really a shooter. She's a slashing kind of player. Dana Evans, very inconsistent as a three-point shooter. Again, I just stated that Angel Reese and Camila Cardozo, Breonna Turner, and Liz Williams, they're not mid-range shooters. So if y'all know, if they're not mid-range shooters, obviously they're not three-point shooters, right? So they don't have a lot of shooting on this roster outside of Marina Mabrey. And I think, y'all, the Chicago Sky will have a lot of games where they score like 50, 60 points. And it's going to be hard to win in the WA winning like that, right? Or scoring that few points, y'all. It really is. It's going to be hard to win. It really is because you're talking about a team like the Aces, they can score 80 and 90 points. The Fever can score 80 points. The Atlanta Dream, they can score 80 points. The Dallas Wings can score 80 to 90 points. And if your team can only score about 50 to 60 points per game, you're going to have a hard time keeping up with those teams I just stated, y'all. So I just look at the Sky and I'm like, man, I do not like their floor spacing at all because outside of Marina Mabrey, they do not have another consistent, proven three-point shooter on this team. They had it last year with Kalia Copper and Courtney Williams. Unfortunately, y'all, those two women are no longer on this team, right? So now they're going to really need Marina Mabrey to, probably hit 4, 5, 6 threes a game because outside of her, they just do not have their shooting. All right, y'all, so let's get into my statistical projections. I have Marina Mabrey averaging 19.5 points per game, 4.1 assists per game, and I have her hitting 110 threes, y'all. You look at Marina Mabrey, I think she is so close to being a star player in this league. Last year, she had a really, really good year for the Chicago Sky. And y'all, I think she's going to take her game to the next level. And it's really because they need her to, right? You don't have Kalia Copper and you don't have Courtney Williams on the team any longer. So Marina Mabrey right now, she is like the star player on this team. And I think she's going to play like it, y'all. Last year, she made 89 threes. I have her making 21 more threes this year, 110 made threes. I know it's a lot, y'all, but I'm telling you, I think Marina Mabrey's going to have a really, really great year. Dominic Shields, y'all, I have her averaging 16.6 points per game, 5.7 rebounds per game, and 1.6 steals per game. When I look at Dominic Shields, I think she's going to have an amazing year now that she is fully healthy. And I think Dominic Shields is going to go back and look like the old Dominic Shields. She's going to go back and look like one of the best shooting guards in the league, y'all. I really do believe that at one point in time, Dominic Shields was probably the second best shooting guard in the league. behind Jewel Lloyd. Think she gets back to that level of play. And then finally, y'all, Angel Reese, I have her averaging 10.3 points per game, 9.8 rebounds per game, and 1.3 steals per game. I know some people going to see this and say, well, Zay, this is a little bit low in terms of the points. But y'all, averaging nearly 10.5 points per game as a rookie is really, really, really solid, right? And I have Angel Reese nearly averaging a double-double. So if she ends up averaging these numbers, it's a really, really, really good rookie season. I think this is where she's going to be about 10 points, about 10 rebounds per game, and then 1.3 steals per game. All right, y'all, so let's get into Zay's crazy predictions. So my first crazy prediction is that Dominique Shields makes her second All-Star appearance and wins Comeback Player of the Year. Y'all, like I just stated, I think Dominique Shields is going to have a fantastic year. I really do believe. I think because of that, she's going to be rewarded, with her second All-Star appearance, and also she's going to win Comeback Player of the Year. Man, Dominique Shields, she's just so tough, y'all, physically and mentally, and I just really believe that this is going to be the big year for her, probably the best year she's ever had in her career. My second crazy prediction, y'all, is that Angel Reese will have 3 15 or more rebound games. Yes, you heard me correctly. Angel Reese will have 3 15 or more rebound games. Y'all, when I look at Angel Reese, I think she's already one of the best rebounders in the league, because she is a relentless rebounder. Like, if Angel Reese does not get the rebound the first time, she's going to keep going and going and going and going and going until she ends up bringing that rebound down. And so I think she's going to have some monster rebounding games. I wouldn't even be surprised if Angel Reese is going to have like a 20 rebound game as a rookie, like seriously, because she is a phenomenal and relentless rebounder. And then my last crazy prediction, y'all, is that Marina Mabry finishes top 3 in three-pointers made. And I know last year Marina Mabry is only at 8, right? She was top 8 in terms of three-pointers made. Well, y'all know she's gonna elevate. Like I keep saying, Marina Mabry's gonna elevate her game. She's gonna be top 3 in three-pointers made. I have her making 110 three-pointers. Man, I cannot wait to see what Marina Mabry is gonna do. All right, y'all, let's get into my record prediction. So I think the best case for the Chicago Sky, they go 19-21. And if they end up going 19-21, this means that Camila Cardozo, when she comes back from injury, and Angel Reese, both of them, y'all, would have had phenomenal rookie seasons. This means Dana Evans would have solidified herself as a really good point guard in the league. This means Dominique Shields would have solidified herself once again as one of the best shooting guards in the league. And this means Marina Mabry would have elevated her game to the next level, become like a true star player that the Sky need her to become. Worst case scenario, though, y'all, is that they go 12-28, that their floor spacing is so bad, it causes them to really, 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 lose a ton of games, not be able to be competitive in a lot of games. And that even though they have the potential to be a really great defensive team, their offense is going to drag them down so much that they only end up winning 12 games. But y'all, my prediction is that they go 15-25. I do believe that the Chicago Sky are going to be like an average team. I don't think they're going to be horrible per se. I know a lot of people think they're going to be horrible, but I just look at them, I'm like, man, they at least should be a really good defensive team, y'all. And I think because they're going to be a really good defensive team, it's going to allow them to win some ball games, right? And they're going to win some of these games ugly, but I think it will allow them to win some ball games. I know some people think they're going to win 9 to 10 games. Yeah, I don't think they'll be that bad, but first-year head coach Teaspoon, a lot of rookies, a lot of young players on this team, winning 15 games and a tough WNBA is not a bad thing at all, y'all. I think they're going to be 15-25. I think they will be able to compete in some games, but at the end of the day, their offensive shortcomings is what's going to cause this team to not be as good as they probably can be. Because you look at this team, they could be a really good defensive team, but I think they're going to be one of the worst offensive teams in the league, and that's why they're only going to win 15 games. So there y'all have it. That is my 2024 WNBA team preview for the Chicago Sky. Remember, y'all, laughter is good medicine, so make sure you get your daily dose. Y'all know I'm an man. I love y'all. God bless. Peace.